Why the hell is this in a bag? Why? Why, Hasbro? This thing better not be primed in the box as well. Well, the Nerf Modulus line is getting pretty interesting. Now that it's adding new blasters, we've got the Recon Mark II. For those of you who don't remember, the Recon was the original name of the Retaliator when it was in the N-Strike line, and it shot like poop, and, well, it was cool because there was multiple blasters in one, but at the same time, it was pretty much terrible. But we loved it anyway, because we had lots of cool attachments we could put on it, and that was the thing back in the day. And, well, the Retaliator came out, which is more or less the same, with better attachments for the most part, and now we've got the Recon Mark II, which is, well, I'll be frank, I'm super excited because it looks awesome. I pretty much bought it just for this grip right here, but hopefully it's comfy and it works good. And I don't know, because I haven't handled it yet because it's still in the box. But we've got our 4-in-1 blasters, and we've also, well, 4 blasters in one, yeah, whatever. And then it fires up to 90 feet, so they actually have a range claim right here, which is interesting. What isn't interesting is the fact it comes with a 6-dart clip. Why the hell are you doing this to us, Hasbro? 25 bucks, you get quite a bit here, but still, 12-dart clip, please. Come on. 12! The Retaliator came with 12, this should come with 12. And tells us to build our own blasters. Oh, not to mention the stock back here, that's also kind of important. But other than that, same thing as every other Modulus system thing ever. So, well, I'm excited. Let's free it from its cardboard prison. And once you free it from the box and all of its chains, you get yourself the Recon Mark II, which is, oh my, that is a comfy handle. And it's already got a stock attached, which is an interesting thing we'll take a look at. You get yourself your barrel extension, which is probably the coolest barrel extension I've ever seen. No fooling on that one. I'm very pleased with the look of that. And your 6-dart clip. Won't be needing that. I already have a drawer full of them. So, we've got the Recon Mark II, we've got our barrel extension, and yeah, that is sexy. Disappointingly so, the rail is only on one side. Not quite sure why, and it still has this really goofy magazine release that nobody likes. I kind of wish they would have just went for the AK style. I don't know why they keep doing these things, but at least it's ambidextrous unlike the long shot. Well, it's really, really nice. The trigger is kind of thin and sharp, but all that does for me is make me feel more like I'm pulling a trigger. I mean, and there's a lot of tension on it. That feels really nice to me. Well, unfortunately, I'm going to have to rain on some people's parades, for as Janular has already shown us, because he got this early, that clever blastered. Blastered? I think I just invented a new insult for the Nerf community. So, as Janular has demonstrated, there is one issue with the Recon Mark II that's probably going to ruin it for pretty much everyone. And that is, well, apparently it can't use these 18-dart magazines. What? I thought for a second mine actually worked, because it kind of feels like that fits in there, and it kind of looks like it does, right? But when you look at it straight on, you can tell it's not quite in there. And people kind of blamed it on this rail right here, but it's actually just the magazine well itself just doesn't take these, as soon as you prime it, it falls out. Just doesn't take these 18 sticks, which is going to be a big bummer to most of you. It's kind of weird. Most people blamed this knob right here, and I'm not quite sure if that's the exact reason. So we're going to switch to the 12-rounder, which is my preferred magazine anyway, especially with something that's, you know, semi-auto. It doesn't exactly matter to me. And, right? And that works fine. And honestly, that looks better. I'd rather have the curved mag, but according to Janular again, those don't work either. Ooh, God, that's had some pop to it. I'm liking it. So, nope. Still have to prime it back to loosen the magazine. Couldn't change that. Let's see if it works with 25-round drum, because I honestly don't know. It doesn't have that bulge on the side of it, so maybe? Nope, doesn't work. In fact, I just kind of crinkled a dart doing that. And this doesn't have that bulge on the side of it either, so what exactly is stopping these magazines? Huh. It's kind of hard to tell. They look pretty damn similar to me. There's no bulge. They look almost identical. Is it that railing? No, it's clearing the railing. I mean, maybe it just slopes in just a little bit too much. Yeah, I think that's it. The rail just kind of slopes in a little too much, like a fraction of a millimeter. Can probably be sanded and work fine, but since it's not straight, it kind of curves upwards. I think that's the problem with the design. That's what's causing it. I mean, yeah, that bump obviously isn't going to help, but disappointingly enough, it will not work with 18s or 25s. And for S and Gs, let's try the 30. So, I think the 30 dart works, and unfortunately I don't have an 18 round drum to test. But, let's try that again. Yeah, so the 30 works. The 35 round, I mean. But it does not work with the 25s or the 18s or, according to Janular, the curved. So that's going to ruin it for a lot of people right there. We haven't even talked about the blaster itself. It looks way too cool. It's a very nice feeling, comfy blaster. It's got the same Retaliator Prime on it, but it's a very nice feeling blaster. This is an extremely comfortable handle. The trigger is a bit sharp, but it's got a lot of force on it. It makes me feel like, I don't know, I like that trigger a lot. And while the mag release isn't perfect, it does work. The Prime is smooth, and it's got a bit of a pop to it. Obviously, it's getting its elite ranges. I don't doubt that for a second. I don't have a way to test that specifically. Well, it's so annoying I have to prime it back to load a magazine like that. I mean, it's stinging a little bit, so it's not all lost. The Recon Mark II does have its issues. Almost all of them seem to be, I want to say magazine-wise. With something like this, you could probably just shave that a little bit and you'd be fine. That way you're not doing any permanent damage to your blaster. But with the drum right here, I'd have to shave off some plastic right there. As you can see, that's what's getting in the way. Like just barely isn't getting in there. It's still got its jam door up here and very much looking like the same internals. But it looks cool and it's part of the Modulus line. This stock is very tiny. I don't think it's meant to be a stock for you to shoulder. Although you can certainly do it. I'm pretty small and it's not too bad for me. Get this in the middle of the camera. So, honestly, that's not too bad. It feels more like just a steady stock against your arm right there, so you can steady your shots a bit better. But, I like the handle. I pretty much bought it exclusively for the handle. I didn't really care if this thing didn't run, because I could have just slapped a Rapid Strike pusher motor and everything in here and been happy anyway. But this is honestly not that bad. It makes me like the Recon Retaliator line a lot more. And, well, we have to check to see what it looks like with other kind of Modulus attachments, because that's what we're here for, so back in 1 second. Man, this is a messy unboxing. Almost can clear, but not quite. That's disappointing. And then, well, it would have to have a bolt. Oh, no, it actually, almost. It does grip it pretty tight, but that's not too bad. I guess we could use a foregrip too, but not too bad. I'm a little upset that Modulus keeps using this off-color orange, and yet my accessories don't have that off-colored orange on them, so it doesn't look quite right. A little upsetting, just a little, but the Recon, I don't know, I'm quite a fan. It is $25 off Amazon. Could possibly be cheaper at like Walmart or something like that, but it's a cool looking functional blaster. It's definitely hitting its elite ranges. And is that already a huge ass scratch on it? Wow. How did that happen? Ew. That makes me upset. For 25 bucks, you get quite a bit. It's still a lot. I don't think this is exactly better than the original Modulus, but it's a Springer version, and we can only hope that Nerf would actually make a pump action set for this. That would be awesome. I doubt they'll ever do it because it'll only be useful for one blaster itself, but yeah. This barrel extension's super cool. I like that a lot. That's probably my new favorite barrel extension. And otherwise, I'm just going to keep going around in circles if I keep talking about it. So that is the Recon Mark II. If you think it looks cool and you don't really care about the 18s or worried about modding, either shaving this down or shaving down the edge of your blaster, which I honestly don't know what that's even for, you're in for a good time. That seems to be the only issue with this thing out of the box. I wish I had a curved mag for it, but I don't. And even then, they don't work either. So keep that in mind if you're planning on purchasing the Recon. How about it? Is the fact that it can't use all the magazines killing it for you? Is $25 too much? Or is the Recon platform just not your thing? Let me know in the comment boxes below. And other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video.